Good morning. This is our daily tarot. Sorry I missed you all yesterday. My friends kind of kidnapped me to go to the hot springs, which was quite lovely actually. But I am back. We went to Orvis Hot Springs, which is in Ridgeway, Colorado, and we have a snowstorm that is up here right now. So we were able to sit in the warm water and have the snow fall on us, and it was quite lovely. So if you ever get the opportunity to do that, I highly recommend it. It's really good for the nervous system. Let's go ahead and jump into our daily tarot. The opening card that we have is the Seven of Pentacles. The challenge that we are facing today is the Three of Wands. The way we're going to get through the challenge is the Queen of Swords, and then the overall outcome that we have for today is the Two of Wands. So no major arcana today. I actually did pull cards for us yesterday. I just didn't do a reading. So we did have quite a few major arcana come in yesterday. But as far as today, we are going through some kind of learning experience around where we put our efforts and what's bearing fruit and what's not. So if you can consider this person is looking at their harvest over here on this bush with one pentacle underneath their feet, and they're in this place of indecision, right? They have one foot in one world and one foot in another world, which is why they're wearing these two different colored boots. And they're in this place of like trying to figure out where to put their effort. If you only have so many hours in a day that you have available to put towards something, do you put it there, or do you kind of let it just be wasted on something that isn't actually going to help you attain this harvest? So we're in this observation space today, in this learning position, and looking at where we put our resources, which our most ultimate resource is time. The challenge that we're facing today is this Three of Wands energy. We can see that this person is kind of taking sight on how they're going to cross this emotional body of water, or this body of water, which is considered some kind of emotional experience. And they're kind of reluctant to embark upon it. But the whole message behind this card is like, just keep going. Help will come on the way. And if you don't take that step, you won't ever see that. So that is our challenge. We may be kind of reluctant or hesitant to actually move towards something, even though we want what's on the other side of it, right? Even though we want this other experience that's over here waiting for us, we have this sense of reluctance. But we have support behind us, and we do have encouragement. So keep going. Help is on the way. The way we get through that challenge is this Queen of Swords energy. And this is an energy of relationship and interaction and exchange. It's quite likely that the way that we see things is one-sided, right? We may be seeing things in a critical light, or not really seeing the possibility that's there. Well, this is calling us out of that. It's reminding us to consider community and also partnership in this space, because this is a Libra governed card, which is this sense of we, right? And how do we interact, and where are we aiming to go, rather than just like me solo on my own. So that's what we're trying to move toward, right? There may be some kind of reluctancy to even move toward relationship or into relationship, maybe because of some past pain or hurt or something along that nature, but something is there for us to move toward. Now, the overall outcome that we have for today is this Two of Wands energy. And this is someone who's looking out into the world and getting this sense, again, similar to this guy here, of dominion. Like, what does my heart call to in the world? And yet there's this second wand that's anchored behind them. So it's kind of interesting. I've been sitting with this idea lately and considering it differently, because I live in a cabin that I start a fire to warm my place when it gets really cold. And it's interesting when you consider, like, how do you build a fire? And something that I noticed recently is that if my coals have burned really far down, it can actually take a lot more effort than you would want to start a fire, even though all that heat is in there. So I discovered that if I put one piece of wood on one side of that coal and one piece on the other side of that coal, it builds this space in between where fire starts. And it's made me think about this energetic of this Two of Wands, you know, like what do we anchor in place so that we can actually have the support to move forward, right? And what does it mean to have this kind of reflective quality as we embark into something new? Because these two things are paired up next to each other. That might sound a little weird. If you don't work with fire, that's totally understandable, but I've just been looking at the elements a little bit differently because my life is in a different situation than it was when I lived in the city and I didn't have to start fires every day in the winter. So there's that. But there's this sense of this card of like, there is something that needs to be taken care of, and it's preventing you from being able to put your energy fully towards what you want to explore and what you want to experience and what you want to discover out there in the world. So consider too that, you know, sometimes we have to leave a place to go into something greater. And if your environment is restrictive, then it could be calling you to something bigger and better than what you are currently experiencing right now. I hope you guys have a good day, and I wish you well. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.